Hello world, Miso here from MisoGames.com. Today we're on our second box in our 6 box journey towards achieving EV with the Brothers War. As a recap from last time, we spent about $769 nice on 6 Brothers War boxes, meaning it cost us $128 CAD per box. We're hoping to get about $50 profit from each one, and this is our second one. Last time on our first box, we did all right. We got like, what was it? um, about $40 CAD over what was expected, mainly coming from the rares and mythics and some of the commons and commons. We actually hit a Mox Amber last time, which was really helpful for boosting those up, and then our second best hit was an Ashnod's Altar. So today we're going to do our second box, and a little bit different. So on our left, you can see that instead of the text, which is a little bit ugly, I actually put the picture of the card this time and the approximate USD value of it. And I switched to using my phone as a webcam so that quality is hopefully a little bit better for all of your enjoyment. So let's get right into it. Cutting it open. Yeah, Brothers War. Honestly, this set's aged really well. I think mainly because all those artifacts, a lot of them are just modern or commander playable, and yeah, because of that, they're all just like a few dollars each. Although the draft or limited environment for it was honestly not the greatest. I found it way too fast and very one-sided, so it wasn't that fun. But where others see losses, we see value. So let's see. We got full art land here, pretty nice. Caged Sun, mythic, sweet. Don't think it's worth too much though. Tyrant of the Ridges, and our uncommons are Reconstructed Thopter, Hero of the Dune, and Corrupt. And we'll just quickly fan through the comments here. All right, sweet. Starting off with a mythic. Pack number 2. Gixian Skullslayer, foil this time. Soul Guide Lantern, good sideboard as always. Siege Veteran as our rare. Junkyard Genius from one of the best color pairs in the set. Static Net, an absolute insane removal spell in the limited environment. Like, I don't know why it does so much. Gets rid of your opponent's biggest threat. Gains you 2 life, which really helps stabilize in this fast format, and makes you a Power Stone where the amount of rectangles you had really mattered in that format. And then Arms Race. And some commons real quick. Oh, Gaia's Gift. So we double checked last time, and this was indeed about $1 USD. So a good common to hit. Alright, Soldier Token. Quintex Spike. First time I've seen this card. Oh wow, that's pretty brutal. So equipped creature gets Death Touch for 3 mana, and then whenever it deals combat damage to a player, they lose half their life rounded up. So takes someone down pretty quickly. I guess that'd be pretty good if you gave it to your commander. Oh, Temporal Anchor, double rare pack. Heavyweight Demolisher, Dreams of Steel of Oil, and Ebon Angel of Synthesis. Oh, Bitter Union. So this one's also a card that sells decently. It's like 30-40 cents, but one of the better uncommons in the set as well. So put that with Gaia's over there. No major hits yet, but we're just getting started on pack 4. In the end, Eevee will always save us and even out. Most of the time. Power Stone, Cloud Key, I think that was a few dollars there if I remember last time. And we hit a Battlefield Forge as well. Dual lands are always sweet, usually a few dollars here and there. Great Desert Protector, Keeper of the Cadence, and Splitting the Power Stone. I remember this card being absolutely terrible in the limited environment. I don't know why they made this an uncommon. Falage Archaeologist. This one's a common that also sells a little bit better. Not exactly sure why for this one. It might be in the Belcher deck possibly. I'm actually not too sure why this card's getting played right now. Belcher deck in Modern, sorry. Again, Disfigure, one of the better removal spells in that limited format. Like taking that pack one, pick one, not even that terrible. Just so good at getting rid of those early game threats. Soldier, Foundry Inspector as our uncommon. Oh, whoops, put these in the wrong pile here. Put them over there with the other commons. Foundry Inspector as our retro artifact, and then we had Terrestrial Mindbreaker as our rare. Reconstructive Thopter, Philage, Excavation, and Arbalist Engineers. Alright. Evolving Wells, Air Marshal, and other uncommons. Yeah, I guess back during Brothers War, if I recall, green was one of the weaker colors. That's changed a lot in more recent sets in 2024, 2025, where pretty much green was always one of the dominant colors in most limited sets. Got Swamp, Pristine Talisman, a nice little mana rock that gives you life, definitely commander playable, and I'm sure it'll sell with the cool schematic art. It's like, honestly, like all these like Leonardo DiCaprio, or sorry, not Leonardo da Vinci drawings or sketches. Look, I really do like that. That's an uncommon. Legion to Ashes as our rare. Philage Dragon Engine, another Arbalist Engineer, and Battlefield Butcher as our uncommons. Oh, another Archaeologist. Oh, Mindworker, one of the 3 Urza creatures. Oh yeah, and Scrapyard Goldheart. This card was a beast in the limited environment too. Gave you 2 bodies by weight, a 3/1 and a 1/1. Really hard to block or attack into those. And then it could even come back and bring another 1/1 back again. Like this card was probably better than a lot of the uncommons or even some of the rares during the limited environment. And he kind of just looks sick too. Oh, Foil Bit of Reunion. That's probably going to be pretty good. I'll put that with the other foil over, or I'll put that over here, just because I like it more. Self-Assembler as our uncommon. Urza, Prince of Krog. Let me double check. I have a list over here, and this is the not so good one, so this one's not worth much money. But he's still one of the 2 protagonist brothers, nonetheless. Got a Thran Vigil, Forging the Anchor, and Corrupt. I remember Forging the Anchor being a little bit of a bait. You would think that you would have all these artifacts in your deck during this format, but ended up not drawing a lot all the time. Was kind of risky at 3 mana, so not too great in limited. Scrap Your Mud, I think I commented on that last time already, but it was an absolute all-star in the limited environment since it was flexible, being colorless, and just rummaging was always good. And then if you could play red or were in red, and it represented a lot of value towards the late game. Liquid Metal Coating, and we got a nice full art. Battlefield Forge. This is absolutely beautiful, and I do like it as a brain dead Boros aggro player. Sweet. Repair, Recharge, Spectrum Sentinel, and Demolition Field. These are always nice to have since they're pretty good in commander format. Put these in the uncommons. Angel of Synthesis is a foil, Self-Assembler as our retro artifact, and Harbin Vanguard Aviator. This card was an absolute bomb in the limited environment if you're playing the Soldiers deck, which was one of my favorites to be honest. It's kind of brain dead aggro, but not quite as hard as Boros aggro. And then Mishra's Research Desk. I think this card's getting a little bit of play in modern, if I recall, in the Underworld Breach or Mox Opal Breach deck since it's searchable with Urza Saga. Forging the Anchor again, Noob Bait I guess, Battery Bear, and those are the uncommons. Swiftfoot Boots, great commander all-star right here. Ooh, we got a rare. or Mythic, sorry, Phyrexian Flex Gorger. Yeah, this card was insane in limited. Menace and Lifelink, and then it had a what's it called, Ward, so it cost a lot to get rid of it. Yeah, funny thinking about it. Prototype back in the day was just reverse kicker. Jokes about how everything's kicker in Magic the Gathering. Audacity, Calamity's Wake, and Gaia's Courser as our uncommon. Oh, Bitter Reunion. Oh, Recommission. That's also worth a bit more than the average common. I guess just revival effects are always pretty good. Springleaf Drum as our retro artifact. Tocasia's Welcome. Repair, Recharge. Audacity. Favorite red creature. Monastery Swiftspear. Another Archaeologist. We'll put that aside. Another Bitter Reunion. Nice to see. Really hoping that Cactus card from the Final Fantasy takes off so that you could play that alongside Bitter Reunion. Just kill someone with 9,999 damage out of nowhere. In standard too, since all the pieces are there. Got a beautiful 4-art land here. Okay, we got a hit. Ashnod's Altar. This one is $9. We hit one last time as well. That's sweet. Let me go sleeve that up real quick. Yeah, just the sheer amount of good artifacts in this set is absolutely crazy. I think going for or moving along further towards the future, just Brothers War cards are always going to spike up randomly over time since there's such a variety. And these boxes are really cheap too. Like if you can find it for like, I don't know, 130 CAD or even 100 USD, 120 USD, you'd be doing really well. And like, just nobody really wants them. But I think it's definitely an underrated set if you're trying to break boxes open to try to get some more value than what you paid. Just overall, like a lot of these like overlooked sets in terms of bad limited environments or just bad stigma over them, like MKM, MERS, Karlov Manor. These always end up being a lot better towards like a year later when everyone kind of just forgets about them, but when they still hold a lot of secret value. British Heart for retro artifact. Herkyle's Final Meditation. Sardian Cliff Stomper, Third Path Iconoclast, and Defabricate. Ooh, Guy's Gift. And Limited All-Star Scrap Work Cohort again. Mishra's Research Desk foil. That might be something I'll double check later. Foils, usually people want to bling out their decks in Modern. Springleaf Drum. Fortified Beach Shard. Really good soldier land. A shame that I guess blue-white soldiers never really took off, even in Standard. Hero of the Dooms, Pirate Blast, and Battlefield Butcher. Oh, Lawrence Escape. This card's also a common that sells a little bit better. I think it's usually just because of how well it protects it against everything. Probably for Commander, if I were to guess. Hexproof and Indestructible. Plus, you get a bonus little scry for it too. So not too bad for those budget-conscious players out there. And I'm hoping that'll help that card sell for me as well. Giant Growth Foil. Ivory Tower. We got Mishra, Tamer of Makfawa. This one is not the best. Too slow for limited, unfortunately. Yoshin Tactician. Cradle Clear Cutter. Flow of Knowledge. Okay, we're about halfway through the pack. Haven't had any major hits yet. Really hoping to get another Mox. Probably not going to happen. Poor Phyrexia or a Myra Shield of Argive, hopefully. We got a Bear and an Island Full Art. Chromatic Star. Razor / Transmogrant as our rare. Take Flight, Gnawing Venom, and Obliterating Bolt. Actually, yeah, back during that standard format, I was still trying to play that, or a little bit of Pioneer. For some reason, this Obliterating Bolt was just really hard to find. Like, it's not anything too crazy, just a really efficient 2-mana removal spell, like one colorless, one red, deal 4 to creature or planeswalker, and then exile instead of getting rid of it. But somehow just was kind of bought out everywhere, so I had troubles finding it. I guess it was somehow still in standard, or it might be. I'll have to double check. It might not be too bad since it fights off. There was a card in Duskmourn, some red 3/3 creature where you really wanted to exile it instead of damaging it, since it dealt damage to you again when it gets damaged, and then makes it so you can't gain life for the rest of the game. Kind of insane that you can have such, I guess, long-lasting game-altering effects in Magic these days. Also kind of sucks that Wizards is making us remember all this now. There's tons of cards that don't leave any kind of counters or any symbols, but have long-lasting effects that are pretty hard to keep track of in paper. Emblem, Full Art Land, Millstone as our retro, and Mechanized Warfare as our rare. Steel Exemplar, Hulking Metaphor, and Arms Race. Jellum Toon as our retro artifact. Ooh, Diabolic Intent. That is a hit. $12 if you can see that on the left. Let me go sleeve that up. I think it goes without saying this card explains itself pretty well. Just sacrifice a creature, find anything you want, put it into your hand. Who doesn't want the best card in their deck? That's pretty obvious why it's worth money here. Alloy Animist, Urza's Power Stone Prodigy, and Ironclaw Crusher as our uncommons. Oh, Excavation Explosion. That was pretty good in limited too. Deal 3 and then leaves a Power Stone behind. Those definitely do come in handy. Recommission as a common, that's worth a little bit. Yeah, like in the red-black sacrifice deck, just having more Power Stones to get rid of is really good. Oh, we got a foil mythic, Arcane Proxy. Sadly, it's not anything worth more, but remember on release, this card, people saw a lot of potential in it since it was like a free Snapcaster Mage, but sadly it was still a little bit too weak. But let me sleeve that up. It's not worth much, but I think it's, I don't know, it looks really cool. Let's see, I'll try to get the camera to focus up on it. Like this sweet little wizard robot here. And foil. Wow. Ichor Wellspring reminds me of Kuldotha Boros. I don't think that's really a deck anymore in Pauper, but I'd have to check. Mishra's Command as our rare. No One Left Behind, Involuntary Cooldown, and Mishra Excavation Prodigy as our uncommon. Another recommission. Phyrexian Revoker as our retro artifact rare. Misery's Shadow. Oh, kind of reminds me of another Shadow in Modern, the 3/2 double black guy, where everything gets exiled instead, but definitely a lot weaker than that. Interesting. Combat Thresher, Alloy Animus, and Cradle Clear Cutter as our uncommon. Millstone as our retro artifact, Queen Kale Bin Cog, Meticulous Excavation, Spotterthopter, and a Go for the Throat, which we'll put aside as an uncommon that sells a little bit better. Just another Doomblade will always have decent value, I suppose. Loren's Escape, another good common there for protection. Oh, that's a rare token. Spirit. Haven't seen that one before yet. Arbalest Engineers as our foil uncommon. I'm surprised we saw so many of these actually. That's like the third one. Happy red-green player limited for this box. Bonesaw as our retro, and Alarnawar Wastes as our rare. Beautiful one that's full art. Take a look at that root there. Wow. Blatchwood Armor, meme card in the limited format. If you get that, maybe 2, just play all your force and just try to make the biggest creatures ever. Like the removal wasn't that good that format, so I think you probably could have got it off if you had enough and were prepared to do it earlier on. Oh, Gaia's Gift. Great protection spell. Put that in the nice commons pile. Chromatic Star. Playable and Tron. Ashnod, Flesh Mechanist. I'm thinking this card was pretty good in limited too, actually. Like 1/1 Death Touch, not the strongest, but can trade with anything early game. And if it somehow gets to the late game, then you can just start exiling all your creatures and making infinite 3/3s and outvaluing your opponent. Agravian Avenger, Symmetry Matrix, and a Gaia Courser. Gaia Courser as an uncommon. Ivory Tower as our retro. Titania's Command as our rare. No One Left Behind, Disciples of Gix, and another sweet Obliterating Bolt. Mountain, full art. Mistress Bauble, always a nice artifact to pull, which is $1.50. Tawas, the Toy Maker, as our rare. Blanchwood Armor, Thran Power Suit, and Mishra Excavation Prodigy. So I was wrong about this one last time. Thought it was $8 while being a really terrible card. Turns out it's just like $1.50. Makes tons of sense. Unless it's 4, then it's actually $8 for all those Voltron Commander players. Another Archaeologist, put that aside. Still lacking a really big hit. Like all we got so far is Diabolic Intent and Ashnod's Altar. Let's see if we can get one of those really nice artifacts towards the end of this. Soldier Token. Oh, foil limited all-star here. Funny old Door to Nothingness. Kael's Reconstruction as a rare. Ashnod's Harvester, Yoshin Descendant, and Gruesome Realization. Just a few packs left. Hopefully we'll get something big towards the end. Ooh, alright, Altar of Dementia. Let's see. That one is $13. Free Sacrifice Outlet, and I guess if you have a way to keep bringing the creature back, you can just mill all your opponents out. Oh, Lorna of the Third Path. This is a few dollars too. It used to be more. Not too sure in what format, but at some point I remember selling 2 of these for $9 CAD each. Levitating Statue as an uncommon, Ashnod's Harvester, and Zephyr Sentinel. For Plains, Platinum Angel, pretty beautiful and funny card. When it's around the field, you can't lose the game and your opponents can't win. Another Mythic, Plantoon Dispenser. Oh wow, this card's pretty good. If you have 2 or more creatures at the end of your turn, draw a card, and then for 4 mana you can make a 1/1 colorless soldier token, and has Unearth too. Stoneflags, Refinery, Transmogrified Altar, and Zephyr Sentinel as our uncommons. Lauren's Escape. I'll put that aside as usual. Elsewhere Flask as our retro. Another Mythic. In the Trenches, creatures you control get +1/+1. And then you can exile target non-permanent you don't control until it leaves the battlefield for 6 mana. Wow, That's a really good card, and I guess this booster box really wants us to do a go wide strategy. A lot of mythics this box. Spotter Thopter, Thopter Mechanic, and Disciples of Gix as our uncommons. For Swamp. Okay, Wormcoil Engine. That is a hit. Let's see. Oh, it just didn't make the list. It was the 13th most expensive card in this set. It's about $9 too, but I just wanted to put Titania since she's a little less well known as a good card. Yeah, I remember this card being insanely expensive and pretty dang good in Modern Tron. It's a nice little pickup. Like if you ever miss some of your old Modern cards, like this is a really fun box to open, just seeing all of them in their artifact or retro artifact forms. Visions of Phyrexia, Recruiter of the Officer, Mask of Jadecraft, and Suchi Cave Guard as our uncommon. Quicksilver Amulet as our retro artifact rare, and Transmogrant Crown, a fair version of that commander card where you could, I guess, give something -1 or is it +1 -1, and then keep getting infinite value off of it, or not value, but infinite draws. Volage, Dragon Engine, Demolition Field as an uncommon. That's pretty easy to get rid of, and Gruesome Realization. Bitter Reunion. Nice common there. All right. Power Stone. Sibling Rivalry as a foil uncommon. Spike as our retro artifact. I called this guy Dab Monkey when I played limited format, just because he's an ape and then he's like doing the dab position. It's also a really good card in limited. Well, not really good, but he was still pretty like high value. And then we got a Haywire Might, what used to be almost $4 when the ring was oppressing everyone. Sigil of Valor as our retro artifact. Hajar, Loyal Bodyguard as our rare. Thopter Archivist, Bushwhack, and Giant Cindermaw. We have, I think, 3 packs left. Power Stone, Bonesaw. Oh, okay. Foil Bonesaw as our retro artifact. Unwinding Clock as our retro artifact. That one is also a little bit of. Oh, wait, that's $12. Sweet, great pull there. Yeah, just the set. Tons of $5 to $10 cards that you don't expect. Like no major hits, but a lot of smaller hits that really add up when you don't expect them to. Felden Ronin Excavator, Transmogrant Altar, Involuntary Cooldown, and Volage Vanguard. Gaia's Gift again. Approaching our last 2 packs. Runeclaw Pike as our retro artifact, and Teething Wormlet as our rare. Meticulous Excavation, Skyfisher Spider, and Obstanulate Baloth. Right, let's get some last pack luck. Soldier. Okay, foil rare. The Stasis Coffin. Not very good, but still pretty cool. And then we got Jalem Tomb as our retro artifact, and the same card as our rare. That's a little disappointing for our last pack, but that's okay. Stone Slag Refinery, Symmetry Matrix, and the Fall of Krog as our uncommons. And then nothing very noteworthy in the common section. Okay, so overall this box, no major hits like last time, but quite a few more little hits, so I'm going to tally this all up and we'll see how we did. Alright, so we're back and finished tallying everything up. Let's look at the total box value. So this one we actually didn't do as hot. We only got 106 USD dollars worth of value. So multiply that by the exchange rate equals 106.27 times 1.25, and we only got about 130. So barely break even. Not the best, but that's all right. We'll hopefully do better in the next few boxes when it averages out. But overall for this box, let's take a look at some of the hits we got. We got a Diabolic Hit, Intent, Unwinding Clock as the two most expensive cards, and then just quite a few different artifacts carrying a few dollars of weight themselves. Ultra Dementia, Wormcoil Engine, Ashnod's Altar, Platinum Angel. Tkosj's Welcome is a card that I didn't expect to be a few dollars, but nice surprise little there. And then land makes dual land makes sense as a little bit of value there. For the rest, not too much noteworthy. I'll just quickly scroll down so you guys can all take a look, but it's looking a little bit yikes for our journey towards 769, but hopefully we'll do better in the next box, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.